Hi, this is Arup from the channel Language and Literature. You know, currently I am going through a new series of lectures on a new topic. These lectures are on classification of sentence on the basis of meaning. On the basis of meaning, sentence is of 5 types: assertive, interrogative, imperative, optative, and exclamatory. In the previous class, I talked about assertive sentence. Now you know what assertive sentence is and its uses. What is assertive sentence? Assertive sentence describes anything. If you want to describe your opinion, you use assertive sentence. If you want to describe your feelings, you use assertive sentence. If you want to describe any event or incident or anything, you use assertive sentence. So in the simplest sense, assertive sentence describes anything. But is our life limited to the description of someone or something? Surely not. We are to ask questions for many different purposes. We are to give command or advice or make requests or wishes, or we are to release certain emotions in our daily life. And these 5 types of sentences help us generate all these types of expressions. As I have already talked about assertive sentence, today I want to talk about how to ask questions. If we look at the interrogative sentence, we'll see that there are 4 types of interrogative sentences: closed questions, open questions, choice questions, and tag questions. But besides these 4 types of questions, there are other 3 types of questions. Statement questions, indirect questions, and rhetorical questions. But these 3 types of questions are not considered as interrogative sentence because they do not ask questions directly. That is why they are not considered as interrogative sentences. But through this lecture, I am going to talk about all these ways of asking questions. Let's start with the closed question, which is one of the 4 types of interrogative sentences. They are called closed questions because you are not open or free to answer this type of question. Your answer should be either yes or no. For example, do you play piano? No, I don't. Do you write books? Yes, I do. So you see, your answer should be either yes or no. Closed questions follow 2 structures: main verb plus subject plus remainder if any is the first structure. The second structure is auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus remainder if any. So let's talk about the first structure. You will come across the first structure when your sentence is present simple or past simple, and when auxiliary verb is functioning like the main verb. For example, he is happy. He is happy is an example of present simple, and he is here functioning like main verb. So when you come across this type of situation, when your sentence is present simple or past simple and your verb, auxiliary verb, is functioning like a main verb, you should use this first structure. What is the first structure? Main verb plus subject plus remainder if any. For example, he is happy. Is he happy? So is here is functioning like main verb, and then subject is, and then happy is the remainder. They were disappointed. Were they disappointed? So hope that you have understood the uses of first structure. Another thing you should remember that interrogative sentence also has positive and negative form. For example, he is happy. Is he happy? Isn't he happy? Or is he not happy? If you separate not from the contracted form, this not should come after the subject. For example, he is happy. Is he not happy? Or isn't he happy? Contracted form should come first. And if you don't use the contracted form, if you separate not from the contracted form, this not should come after the subject. Hope that you have understood the matter of positive and negative interrogative. Now let's go to the next structure, that is auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus remainder if any. Is playing piano. Is he playing piano? I have broken the glass. Have I broken the glass? It has been raining since morning. Has it been raining since morning? They were playing in the field. Were they playing in the field? He had finished his work. Had he finished his work? It had been raining since morning. Had it been raining since morning? I will play football. Will I play football? He will be playing cricket in the field. Will he be playing cricket in the field? I will have been doing this work. Will I have been doing this work? Keep in mind that when you have two auxiliaries in the sentence, you should revert the first auxiliary with the subject. So you can understand the second structure, that auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus remainder. There is a fact you should remember in relation to the present and past simple. The fact is that present simple and past simple do not show auxiliary verb. So there is no chance to revert auxiliary verb and subject here. You have to bring auxiliary verb do, does and did in order to form questions. Do and does are used for present simple and did is used for past simple. For example, he works hard. Does he work hard? They work hard. Do they work hard? They worked hard. Did they work hard? You should of course be aware about the matching system between subject and auxiliary verb. Now hope that you have understood the closed questions. What is closed questions? That closed questions are answered with either yes or no, and closed questions follow two structures: main verb plus subject plus remainder, if any. Then second structure is auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus remainder, if any. Now we can go to the second type of questions, that is open questions. They are called open questions because you can answer them openly. That means your answer should not be limited to either yes or no. They requires detailed answer. So open questions requires detailed answer. Open questions follow three structures: WH words or WH phrase plus main verb plus subject plus remainder, if any. Structure 2, WH word or WH phrase plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb. Structure 3, who plus main verb. So what do we mean by WH words? Who, when, where, what, why, how. These are called WH words and they use at the beginning of the sentence. There are WH phrases too. For example, how long, how many, how short, etc. These are WH phrases. So we start the sentence with WH word or WH phrases at the beginning of the sentence, and then we should use the main verb and then subject, if any. First we should use WH word or WH phrases followed by auxiliary verb or main verb plus subject plus remainder, if any. So let's talk about the first structure. You will come across the first structure when your sentence is present simple and past simple and auxiliary verb is functioning like the main verb. For example, they are happy. How are they? This is a pen. What is it? I was there in the morning. When was I there? So you see, when you come across present simple or past simple and when your auxiliary verb is functioning like the main verb, you should follow the first structure. Now go to the second one, that is WH word or WH phrase plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus remainder, if any. What are you doing? Why have you broken it? How long have you been working on this project? When did you go there? Where did you live? When will you buy this car? So how long have you been working on this project? How much money will you earn? So we use either WH word or WH phrase at the beginning of the sentence followed by an auxiliary verb, then subject plus main verb plus remainder, if any. So hope that you have understood the open questions. What is open questions? That open questions cannot be answered through static response. That means open questions cannot be answered with yes or no. You have to utter words in order to answer open questions. And open questions follow three structures: WH word or WH phrase plus main verb plus subject plus remainder, if any. structure to W is word or W is phrase plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus remainder if any, and then structure 3 who plus main verb. Who has done it? Who will do this work? So hope that you have understood about the open question and closed questions. Now we can go to the choice questions. In choice questions, answer is given within the sentence and you have to choose the answer from the sentence. For example, do you want to eat burger or pizza? So your answer should be either burger or pizza. Will you go to Singapore or New York? So your answer should be Singapore or New York. Do you want to have coffee or tea? Your answer should be either coffee or tea. So hope that you have understood the choice questions. So in choice questions, answers lie within the sentence and you just have to choose the answer from this question. Now we can go to the next one, that is tag question. Tag question is another form of interrogative sentence. They are called interrogative sentence because there is interrogative tag after any declarative or imperative statement. But some scholars say that tag questions are not interrogative sentence because they do not ask questions directly. They are used only for confirmation, and that is why tag questions are not interrogative sentence. However, it is we need to learn how to form tag questions. So let's study tag question. Tag questions follow certain rules. If the statement is positive, your tag will be negative. If the statement is negative, your tag will be positive. For example, I am happy, aren't I? Am do not have any contracted form, and that is why am here should be replaced by aren't. But you can say it another way, am I not? So I am happy, aren't I? He has broken the glass, hasn't he? So you see, these two sentences are in the affirmative form, and that is why the tags have become in negative form. I don't like him, do I? He has not finished the work, has he? So you see that when the statements are in the negative form, the tag will be the positive form. In case of imperative sentence, you should use the future auxiliary verb. For example, let us go out for a walk. Shall we? Do it. Will you? So when the statements are imperative sentence, you should use either shall or will. When the subject is indefinite pronoun, the verb auxiliary verb will be in its plural form. For example, everyone is happy, are not they? Nobody is disappointed, are they? So hope that you have understood the uses of tag questions. That if the statement is positive, the tag will be negative. If the statement is negative, tag will be the positive. If there is imperative sentence, you should will shall or will. If your subject is indefinite pronoun, the verb will be in its plural form. So this is all about the tag questions. So these are the 4 types of interrogative sentences: closed questions, open questions, choice questions, and tag questions. But besides these 4 types of questions, we have another 3 types of questions, but they are not considered as interrogative sentence because they do not ask questions directly. Statement questions is one of these 3 types of questions. Statement questions, it does not have any grammatical recognition. For example, I am happy. So it is a statement, but we use our intonation in order to make others understand that it is a question. You are happy? So in written form, you can put question mark, but it does not have any grammatical rule, but we use them in our real life. And then after the statement question, we use rising intonation. We raise our voice at the end of the sentence in order to make this question. You are happy? You are disappointed? So we use our intonation in order to make this type of question. After statement question come indirect questions. Indirect questions is a statement, But through this type of statement, we can actually generate questions indirectly. For example, he asked me if I did it. I asked him whether he had finished this work. So it is a statement. Well, I asked him whether he had finished this work. But through this type of statement, we can actually make question indirectly. That is why it is also called indirect question. And then finally we have rhetorical question. Rhetorical questions look like open question. It starts with a WH word followed by auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus remainder if any, but still it is not considered as interrogative sentence because it does not ask questions directly. It is a type of questions through which we actually talk to ourselves. For example, how could I do it? Here I am not actually asking anyone any question. I am actually talking to myself. How could I do it? How foolishly did I do it? So these type of questions are called rhetorical questions, though they look like open questions, but they are not interrogative sentence because they do not ask questions directly. Hope that you have understood all these types of questions: closed questions, open questions, choice questions, tag questions, statement questions, indirect questions, and rhetorical questions. Watch this video again and again and make it sure that you have understood all these types of sentences with their structures and examples. Thank you very much for watching this lecture. Thank you. Take care. Bye.